Beneath the rolling tides of the Atlantic, buried under layers of time and mystery, lies a forgotten chapter of human history. A story whispered across millennia of a civilization so advanced, so enlightened, that its very existence defies everything we know. Atlantis. You've heard the legends, a utopian kingdom, swallowed by the sea in a single, fateful night. But what if the truth is far more profound than we were led to believe? What if Atlantis was not just a place, but a state of consciousness? Not merely an island lost to history, but a civilization that transcended the limits of time itself. Ancient texts speak in riddles. Plato's dialogues, the fragmented echoes of esoteric traditions, the whispers of lost initiatory schools, all hint at an advanced people who wielded knowledge so powerful that it threatened the order of the world. Who were they? What did they know? And most importantly, why was their legacy buried beneath the sands of time? Tonight, we journey into the hidden truth of Atlantis, the secrets no one told you. What was its real purpose? What forces sought to erase its wisdom? And could its legacy still live within you? Prepare to see beyond the veil. For centuries, Atlantis has been dismissed as myth, a poetic fabrication by the philosopher Plato. But myths, as the ancients knew, are often the remnants of forgotten truths, veiled behind allegory to protect wisdom too dangerous for the uninitiated. The first recorded mention of Atlantis comes from Plato's dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, written over 2,000 years ago. He described an advanced civilization that flourished 9,000 years before his time, an empire of divine origin, where philosopher kings ruled with wisdom, technology, and an understanding of the cosmos far beyond our own. Yet, their downfall came not from war or external threats, but from within. As they turned away from their sacred knowledge and descended into materialism, the gods, perhaps nature itself, cast judgment, and Atlantis was swallowed by the sea. But here is what few realize. Plato was not inventing this story. He claimed to have learned it from Solon, a renowned Greek statesman who, in turn, was taught by Egyptian priests. The temple records of ancient Egypt spoke of a great civilization that existed before a cataclysmic flood, a civilization that echoes eerily across different traditions. In Hindu mythology, the lost city of Dwarka, ruled by Krishna, sank beneath the waves. In Mesopotamian texts, the great flood of Gilgamesh wiped out an advanced society. The indigenous Hopi people speak of a previous world destroyed by water after its inhabitants lost their spiritual connection. Could these scattered accounts be fragments of the same forgotten truth? A world before our world, erased, yet leaving behind whispers in sacred texts, megalithic ruins, and the hidden memory of our DNA. And if Atlantis did exist, what made it so extraordinary? Was it their mastery of the elements, their sacred geometry? Or did they possess something far more elusive, the keys to an enlightened human consciousness, one that we have lost? Stay with me, because we are about to uncover what truly made Atlantis special, and why its knowledge was erased from history. Imagine a civilization where knowledge was not merely intellectual, but deeply woven into the very fabric of existence. The Atlanteans, it is said, did not just study the forces of nature, they became one with them. Many believe Atlantis was a technological marvel, possessing advancements that rival or even surpass modern science. But this is where conventional interpretations fail. The true power of Atlantis was not in machines or industry, it was in their mastery of energetic principles, the unseen forces that govern the universe. Atlantean wisdom was built upon sacred geometry, vibrational harmonics, and celestial alignments. They understood that everything matter, thought, even time itself is a frequency. By mastering these frequencies, they could shape reality itself. The Great Pyramids, standing stones, and megalithic temples that still baffle archaeologists today, some say they are the remnants of Atlantean knowledge, structures designed not just for shelter, but as energy conduits resonating with the Earth's magnetic field, channeling cosmic forces and altering states of consciousness. One of the most enigmatic symbols linked to Atlantis is the Merkaba, the geometric light body that connects spirit and matter. It is believed that Atlantean initiates could use these sacred geometric structures not only to enhance consciousness, but to move between realms of existence. Some ancient texts even suggest that their technology was not external at all, but a form of internal alchemy, allowing them to transcend the physical and interact directly with higher dimensions. But if they had such mastery, what led to their downfall? The answer is as haunting as it is relevant to us today. The Atlanteans over time fell into imbalance. Their once sacred knowledge, meant for enlightenment, began to be used for control. Their harmony with nature gave way to a hunger for dominance. And the more they manipulated the very fabric of existence, the more unstable their civilization became. Then came the Great Cataclysm, a sudden and violent end, washing away nearly every trace of their empire. Or almost every trace. Because some believe that fragments of Atlantean knowledge survived, hidden in mystery schools, passed down through Hermetic teachings, encoded in sacred symbols waiting to be rediscovered. What if we are standing on the threshold of remembering this lost wisdom? In the next section, we will explore the suppressed knowledge of Atlantis, what was erased, why it was hidden, and most importantly, how it might be reawakened today. If the Atlanteans were truly masters of reality, if they could bend energy, traverse dimensions, and shape matter with sound, why has history erased them? Why do we only find whispers of their existence in forbidden texts and occult teachings? The answer is unsettling. This knowledge was deliberately hidden. When Atlantis fell, it wasn't just a physical destruction, it was a veil placed over human consciousness. Those who survived did not merely flee across the world, they carried the fragments of their wisdom into exile, encoding their knowledge in symbols, myths, and secret initiatory teachings. Ancient Egypt, Sumeria, the Maya, even the lost land of Mu, all of these civilizations bear the fingerprints of Atlantean influence. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth speak of a hidden order of initiates, keepers of the forgotten sciences, who vowed to preserve and protect this knowledge until the world was ready once more. But over time, as power structures emerged, this knowledge was feared, suppressed, and distorted. Religious institutions, imperial rulers, and secret factions understood that the ability to shape reality, to harness the power of consciousness itself, would make humanity ungovernable. They replaced divine self-mastery with dependence, turning gods into external figures, turning sacred geometry into superstition, turning ancient wisdom into forbidden heresy. And yet, the symbols never disappeared. The Eye of Horus, the Flower of Life, the unfinished pyramid on the dollar bill, these are all remnants of Atlantean knowledge, hidden in plain sight. They act as silent echoes, waiting for those with the eyes to see. But the real question is, can this knowledge be reawakened? Some believe that the return of Atlantean wisdom is not just possible, it is inevitable. The ancient cycles of time, spoken of in the Vedas and the Mayan calendar, suggest that we are approaching an age where the veil will thin once again. We see glimpses of this in the resurgence of sacred geometry, energy healing, and quantum physics. Modern science is beginning to confirm what the Atlanteans already knew. Reality is a construct of frequency, and consciousness is the key to shaping it. But there is a warning. The last time humanity wielded this power unchecked, it led to the fall of Atlantis. And so, if this knowledge is to return, it must be met with balance. Wisdom, not arrogance. Harmony, not control. Which brings us to the most crucial question of all. If Atlantean knowledge is awakening again, how can we use it today? In the next section, we will explore the practical applications of Atlantean wisdom, techniques that you can integrate into your own life to unlock deeper states of consciousness, align with the natural forces of the universe, and take the first steps toward reclaiming the lost legacy of Atlantis. If the wisdom of Atlantis was real, if their mastery over energy, consciousness, and reality itself was not myth but truth, then how can we reclaim even a fragment of that lost power? The answer lies not in relics or ruins, but in your own mind, body, and spirit. Atlantean knowledge was never meant to be hoarded in temples or locked in secret manuscripts. It was encoded into the very fabric of existence, waiting to be rediscovered by those willing to see beyond the illusion. Here are 3 powerful ways to begin integrating Atlantean wisdom into your life today. The Atlanteans understood what modern physics is just beginning to uncover. Everything is vibration. From the hum of the cosmos to the resonant frequencies of our own cells, all reality is woven from sound. This is why sacred chants, mantras, and harmonic frequencies were central to Atlantean practices. They knew that sound could heal, elevate consciousness, and even alter the material world. How to apply this? Experiment with 432 Hz and 528 Hz frequencies believed to align energy and activate higher states of consciousness. Practice toning and chanting, even humming in resonance with your body's energy centers, can have profound effects. Use sacred sound instruments like Tibetan bowls, tuning forks, or even your own voice to shift vibrational states. The Atlanteans used sound to build, heal, and elevate. By consciously working with frequency, you begin to retune yourself to their lost wisdom. Atlantean structures and technology were not based on brute force, but on geometric harmonics, the precise alignment of form and energy. They knew that sacred geometry was not just an aesthetic choice, but a key to unlocking the hidden architecture of the universe. Every major spiritual tradition, from the pyramids of Egypt to the mandalas of Tibet, has preserved pieces of this ancient geometric code. How to apply this? Meditate on sacred symbols like the flower of life, the Merkaba, or the Sri Yantra to align your energy with higher frequencies. Create geometric energy grids in your space, using crystals and symmetrical patterns to amplify and direct energy. Visualize divine geometric forms around your body during meditation, enhancing your aura and unlocking deeper states of awareness. When you activate sacred geometry within your consciousness, you begin to resonate with the intelligence of Atlantis itself. Perhaps the most controversial and powerful aspect of Atlantean wisdom was their understanding of reality itself as a malleable construct. Unlike modern humans, who believe in rigid external circumstances, the Atlanteans saw the world as an interactive energy field, responding directly to thought, intention, and emotion. How to apply this? Practice mental clarity and visualization. Imagine your reality as if it were already real to shift energetic probabilities. Work with intentional rituals, small, deliberate actions infused with focused intention, create tangible change. Align with the natural cycles of energy, work with lunar and planetary alignments to amplify your manifestations. The Atlanteans knew that creation was not an external process, but an internal mastery. Your mind is the architect of your reality. The more you learn to direct your energy with precision, the closer you come to unlocking the very abilities that once defined Atlantis. As you begin to awaken these ancient principles, a word of caution. The downfall of Atlantis was not a failure of knowledge, but a failure of wisdom. They grew so powerful that they forgot balance, misusing their mastery over reality for control rather than harmony. This is why the Atlantean initiates swore to only pass this knowledge to those who were ready. The question is, are you ready? Atlantis was never just a lost city, it was an idea, a consciousness, a forgotten potential that still resides within us all. The real mystery is not whether Atlantis existed, but whether you will choose to remember. The lost wisdom of Atlantis is not truly lost. It is waiting to be reawakened. What if Atlantis was not just in the past, but in the future? Many esoteric traditions believe that we are now entering the next great cycle, an era where the wisdom of the ancients will return to those who seek it. Perhaps the fall of Atlantis was not the end of the story, but the beginning of a much greater one. Perhaps, in this very moment, you are standing at the threshold of rediscovery. If the legacy of Atlantis calls to you, do not turn away. Study, explore, experiment. For in doing so, you may find that the most ancient secrets of all were hidden within you all along. If you found this knowledge powerful, share this message. Comment below. Do you believe Atlantis was real? Let's keep this lost wisdom alive.